Hong Kong feels like a city that accidentally time traveled 20 years ahead of the rest of us. While most places are still arguing about bus lanes and contactless payments, Hong Kong is out here running a transit system that never misses, a payment card that basically runs the entire city, and an airport check-in system so smooth it feels illegal. And the wildest part? None of this is futuristic. None of this is experimental. People in Hong Kong use this stuff every single day like it's completely normal. So here are 12 genius things in Hong Kong that will absolutely blow your mind and make you wonder why every other city still feels stuck in the past. Let's get into it. 1. The Octopus Card. Most cities treat transit cards like glorified tickets. Hong Kong turned theirs into a universal access key for daily life. The Octopus Card lets you tap to pay for trains, buses, ferries, supermarkets, vending machines, parking meters, school lunches, taxis, and even building elevators. It works instantly, even when your phone is dead, and it's accepted almost everywhere without anyone thinking twice. Most people don't even think about it, and that's exactly why it works so well. You don't open an app, wait for a signal, or hope the reader recognizes your phone. You just tap, hear a soft beep, and keep moving. It's so fast that people barely break stride. Kids use it. Grandparents use it. Office workers use it to grab breakfast, pay for transit, and unlock their building. All with the same card they've had for years. And because it's universal, the entire city runs on the same rhythm. There's no fumbling for coins, no arguing with machines, no awkward moments at the checkout counter. Even tiny mom-and-pop shops have octopus readers sitting next to the register like it's the most normal thing in the world. It's not just a payment method, it's the operating system of the entire city. Once you've used an Octopus card, every other payment system feels painfully slow, like going from fiber optic internet back to dial-up. That obsession with removing friction shows up long before you even reach the airport. 2. In-town airport check-in, Airport Express. Dragging luggage through a crowded airport is one of the worst travel experiences on Earth. The lines, the chaos, the constant feeling that you're one wrong turn away from missing your flight. It's miserable. Hong Kong solved all of that in the most brilliant way possible. You check in your bags at the train station, not near the airport, not in some special lounge. Right there in the middle of the city. You roll your suitcase up to a staffed counter, drop it off, get your boarding pass, and watch your luggage disappear onto a conveyor belt like you're already at the terminal. Then you hop onto the Airport Express, a spotless, high-speed train that glides straight to the airport in under 25 minutes. No traffic, no stress, no dragging bags through crowds. Your luggage travels separately and magically reappears at your destination like it teleported there. The best part is how natural it feels. Business travelers use it. Families use it. Tourists use it without even realizing how futuristic it is. You finish check-in before you even leave the city, so by the time you reach the airport, you're basically already through the hardest part of the journey. It's stress-free, efficient, and honestly feels like cheating, like you've unlocked a premium travel perk that somehow everyone gets for free. Every major city should have copied this years ago, but the city's smartest ideas aren't limited to travel, they're built right into the streets. 3. The Mid-Levels Escalator system. Hong Kong is basically a vertical city built on a mountain. Streets tilt upward at angles that would make most people give up and call a taxi. Instead of forcing millions of residents to climb hills every day, the city built the world's longest outdoor covered escalator system. A literal moving walkway woven through the urban landscape. Stretching over 800 meters and rising more than 135 meters in elevation, the Mid-Levels Escalator isn't just a convenience, it's a lifeline. It reverses direction depending on the time of day, carrying commuters downhill in the morning and uphill at night, syncing perfectly with the city's daily rhythm. You step on and the city gently lifts you where you need to go. You don't plan around it. You just step on and let the city carry you. Office workers ride it to work. Students use it to get to class. Tourists hop on just to see where it leads. Along the way, you glide past cafes, bars, markets, and apartment buildings, watching the city unfold around you like a slow-moving panoramic shot. It's effortless, iconic, and one of the smartest pieces of urban design anywhere. Instead of fighting the geography, Hong Kong embraced it and turned a brutal climb into a smooth, almost meditative journey. Climb a little higher and Hong Kong reveals another layer of clever design. 4. Air-conditioned elevated walkways. Hong Kong has an entire second layer of city floating above the streets. A network of elevated, air-conditioned walkways that connect malls, offices, hotels, and transit hubs like a giant urban sky bridge. It's a whole parallel world where you can move through the city without ever touching the ground. You can walk across entire districts without waiting at a traffic light, dodging traffic, or melting in the heat. One moment you're inside a shopping mall, the next you're gliding across a glass walkway suspended above the street, and then you're stepping straight into an office tower, all without breaking your stride. It feels like the city was designed from the second floor up. Up here, walking feels less like a chore and more like the city guiding you along. Shoppers drift between malls without ever stepping outside. Tourists follow the elevated paths like a built-in navigation system. And because everything is climate controlled, you're shielded from Hong Kong's brutal humidity, sudden rainstorms, and the constant stop and go of street-level traffic. It's safe, clean, and unbelievably convenient. A pedestrian superhighway that turns walking into the fastest, most comfortable way to get around. Regular sidewalks feel like a downgrade, like you've been kicked out of the premium version of the city and forced back into the laggy, ad-supported one. Drop back to street level and the efficiency keeps going. 5. Hyper-accurate real-time bus tracking. Most cities give you bus arrival times that feel like guesses. One minute it says 2 minutes, the next minute it jumps to delayed, and suddenly you're standing there wondering if the bus even exists. Hong Kong does the exact opposite. It gives you exact ETAs, occupancy levels, and even the temperature inside the bus, all updated in real time with almost eerie accuracy. You know whether the next one is full before it arrives. You know if the AC is blasting or barely working. You know exactly when to leave your house so you're not wasting a single second at the stop. The difference is immediately obvious. It strips the stress out of commuting. Instead of sprinting to the stop hoping you didn't miss your bus, you stroll out the door at the perfect moment. Instead of squeezing into a packed vehicle, you wait 2 minutes for the next one because you already know it's half empty. And the accuracy is no joke. Locals rely on it. Tourists rely on it. The entire city moves with this quiet, synchronized efficiency because everyone knows exactly what's coming and when. It turns public transit into something predictable instead of a gamble. A system that respects your time instead of wasting it. And if buses aren't your thing, Hong Kong still has something special waiting for you. 6. Double-decker trams that cost almost nothing. Hong Kong's iconic ding-dings are one of the cheapest forms of transit in any major city. For the price of a snack, you can ride a double-decker tram straight through the heart of Hong Kong Island, watching the city unfold around you like a moving postcard. They run constantly, glide through traffic with surprising grace, and give you a front-row seat to the city for pocket change. Their charm comes from the way they bridge old Hong Kong with the new. The trams have been running since 1904, yet they feel perfectly at home in a skyline filled with glass towers and neon signs. You climb aboard, settle into a wooden seat, and the city slows down just enough for you to actually take it in. Locals use them to commute. Tourists ride them just for the experience. Office workers hop on for a few stops to escape the heat, and because the trams run on dedicated tracks, they move with a calm, steady rhythm that feels almost meditative compared to the chaos of street-level traffic. They're charming, efficient, and somehow both old school and futuristic at the same time. A reminder that not every innovation needs to be digital. It's public transit as an experience, not just a necessity. Step underground, and the engineering gets even sharper. 7. MTR stations with full platform screen doors. Hong Kong installed platform screen doors in every subway station decades before most countries even considered them. While other cities were still debating safety budgets and ventilation upgrades, Hong Kong quietly built a system that feels like the blueprint for modern transit. Full-height glass doors line every platform, opening and closing in a perfect sync with the trains like something out of a sci-fi movie. They prevent accidents, keep the air clean, reduce noise, and let trains run faster because there's zero risk of someone wandering onto the tracks. The entire station feels calmer and more controlled. No gusts of hot tunnel air, no screeching brakes, no nervous glances toward the edge of the platform. Just smooth, predictable movement. What's striking is how ordinary it feels to the people who use it every day. Commuters lean against the glass without thinking. Kids stand right at the front to watch the train pull in. Tourists take photos because they can't believe how clean and organized everything looks. And the best part? The doors make the whole system more efficient. Trains load faster, delays are rare, and the platform stays spotless because nothing and no one ever falls onto the tracks. It's one of those upgrades that feels so obvious you can't believe other cities still haven't done it. But when the big systems can't reach you, Hong Kong has a nimble backup. 8. Ultra-efficient minibuses. Hong Kong's minibuses are like a hybrid between public transit and ride-sharing. They run flexible routes, adjust service based on demand, and move through traffic with surgical precision. These little green and red buses weave through the city with a confidence that borders on supernatural, slipping into gaps, gliding around corners, and somehow always knowing the fastest possible route. They're fast, cheap, and weirdly thrilling to ride. You hop on, grab a seat, and suddenly you're part of this high-speed urban ballet where everything moves just a little too perfectly to be random. Drivers monitor real-time passenger flow, adjust their pace, and keep the entire system running like a living organism. It's chaotic in theory, but in practice, it's one of the most efficient transit systems you'll ever experience. They're essential because they go where the main transit lines stop. They reach deep into neighborhoods, climb steep hills, and connect areas that would otherwise be transit dead zones. Locals rely on them for everything: commuting, grocery runs, late-night trips home, because they're fast, frequent, and always seem to appear exactly when you need them. And despite the speed and intensity, the whole system works beautifully. It's organized chaos, but the kind that gets you exactly where you need to go. The city's innovation doesn't stop at transportation. It extends into everyday living. 9. Smart public housing estates. Hong Kong's public housing isn't just affordable, it's technologically advanced. While many countries treat public housing as an afterthought, Hong Kong treats it like essential infrastructure. Many estates use biometric access, smart energy meters, automated waste systems, and integrated community facilities that feel more like modern campuses than government housing. You enter the building with a fingerprint or a tap, not a jangling set of keys. Elevators automatically optimize their routes based on demand. Smart meters let residents track their energy use in real time, helping them save money without sacrificing comfort. And instead of overflowing dumpsters, many estates use automated waste chutes that sort and compact trash behind the scenes, keeping the grounds clean and the air fresh. Daily life unfolds smoothly here, almost as if the buildings themselves are helping. Kids play in shared courtyards. Elderly residents use on-site clinics and community centers. Families rely on integrated shops, playgrounds, and sports facilities, all within walking distance. It's a complete ecosystem designed to support real people, not just house them. And because the technology is built into the foundation, the estates feel modern instead of neglected. It's public housing that respects the people who live in it. A reminder that affordable doesn't have to mean low quality. Even school mornings run on this same philosophy of quiet efficiency. 10. Octopus-powered school attendance. In many schools, students tap their Octopus card when they arrive, and parents instantly get a notification. No roll call, no paperwork, no guessing whether your kid made it to class. It's simple, brilliant, and saves everyone time. It slips into the morning rush so cleanly that no one even thinks of it as a system. Kids already carry their Octopus card everywhere, for transit, snacks, and school lunches. So tapping in at the entrance feels completely natural. There's no extra device to remember, no app to open, no teacher standing at the door with a clipboard. Just a quick beep, and the system logs everything automatically. For parents, it's a small but powerful reassurance. Instead of wondering whether their child made it to school safely, they get a real-time alert the moment the card is scanned. And for teachers, it eliminates one of the most tedious parts of the day. The whole process takes seconds, but it transforms the start of the school day into something smooth and efficient. Traditional roll call feels like a relic from another century. Step outside and the infrastructure around you is doing more than you think. 11. Smart lampposts that monitor the city. Hong Kong's lampposts aren't just lights, they're sensors. They track air quality, traffic flow, temperature, humidity, and even provide public Wi-Fi. They turn the entire city into a real-time data network, quietly collecting information that helps planners understand how the city breathes and moves. It's easy to miss just how advanced these lampposts are. On the outside, they look like ordinary streetlights, but inside, they're packed with hardware that monitors pollution levels, counts vehicles, measures weather changes, and helps the city respond faster to everything from traffic jams to heat waves. And because the data is live, the city can make smarter decisions instantly. If pollution spikes, alerts go out. If a road gets congested, traffic lights adjust. If a storm rolls in, sensors detect it before it becomes dangerous. You never interact with them, they just work quietly in the background, shaping the city in real time. You don't interact with the lampposts, you don't tap them or open an app. They just exist in the background, quietly improving the city without demanding attention. It's infrastructure that works silently to make the city safer and smarter. The kind of upgrade you only notice when you go somewhere else and realize how much you miss it. And at the center of it all sits the backbone of the city, the MTR-12. The MTR, the most reliable subway system on Earth. Hong Kong's MTR is so punctual, clean, and efficient that it feels like a cheat code for urban transit. Trains arrive every few minutes, stations are spotless, transfers are seamless, and delays are almost non-existent. It's the kind of system that makes you forget public transit can be stressful because everything just works, every time without exception. You feel it the moment you enter the station. Everything flows. You tap in, walk down a perfectly designed concourse, and within seconds, a train glides into the station with the precision of a metronome. There's no waiting around, no guessing, no sprinting down the platform hoping the doors don't close. The entire experience feels engineered to remove friction from your day. And the stations themselves are a masterclass in design. Clear signage, intuitive layouts, wide platforms, and air-conditioned concourses make navigating the system almost effortless. Even during rush hour, and when most cities descend into chaos, the MTR moves crowds with a calm, steady flow that feels almost choreographed. The reliability is so consistent that locals plan their day down to the minute. If the train is supposed to arrive at 8:42, it arrives at 8:42. Not 8:45. Not delayed due to signal issues. Exactly 8:42. It's the gold standard for how a subway should run, and a reminder that public transit doesn't have to be miserable. Once you've experienced the MTR, every other subway system feels like it's still in beta. Hong Kong didn't build a futuristic city by chasing flashy tech. It did it by perfecting the small things that shape everyday life. These systems aren't prototypes or experiments. They're real, they work, and people use them without thinking. And once you've seen how Hong Kong handles the basics, it's hard not to wonder why so many other cities still feel stuck in the past.